Hey, good to see you. In this video, I will explain to you the status of women in Islam. Women hold a distinguished position in Islam that is built on human dignity, justice, and balance between rights and responsibilities. When Islam emerged in a society where women faced various forms of injustice and marginalization, it brought about a profound transformation in how women were viewed. It elevated their status, affirmed their full humanity, and granted them clear rights across different aspects of life. This honor was not merely rhetorical but was firmly established in the Quran and the prophetic teachings and reflected in Islamic history. One of the fundamental principles established by Islam is that men and women are equal in their human origin and in moral responsibility. The Quran emphasizes that humanity was created from a single soul, highlighting the unity of human dignity. The true measure of superiority in Islam is piety and righteous action, not gender, race, or lineage. This principle created a just framework that recognizes women as fully capable partners in society. Among the most significant aspects of honoring women in Islam is the protection of their right to life from the very beginning. Islam strictly prohibited the pre-Islamic practice of female infanticide and condemned it as a grave crime. Islam also paid special attention to women throughout the different stages of their lives. It honored her as a daughter and encouraged good upbringing, honored her as a wife by establishing marriage on affection and mercy, and honored her as a mother by elevating her status and making kindness to her one of the greatest acts of devotion. In terms of legal rights, Islam granted women independent financial ownership. A woman has the right to own property, buy, sell, and manage her wealth without guardianship over her financial affairs. This was a groundbreaking reform compared to many earlier civilizations. Islam also guaranteed women a defined share of inheritance after many societies had previously denied them this right. The Islamic system of inheritance takes into account the financial responsibilities placed upon men, making the distribution based on justice rather than superficial equality. Regarding education, Islam strongly encouraged women to seek knowledge just as it encouraged men. The pursuit of knowledge in Islam is a general obligation. Islamic history records many outstanding female scholars in fields such as jurisprudence, hadith narration, and literature, demonstrating that women's scholarly participation was an authentic part of Islamic civilization. Islam did not place barriers preventing women from learning or teaching but opened the doors of knowledge in ways that serve both the individual and society. In social life, Islam allowed women to participate in various beneficial activities within ethical guidelines that preserve dignity and protect society. During the prophetic era, women contributed in multiple fields including education, healthcare, and consultation. This reflects that Islam did not confine women to a narrow role but viewed them as active contributors to community development. Another important aspect is the protection Islam provides women from exploitation and harm. Islamic law established regulations governing interactions between men and women based on respect and responsibility. It also emphasized women's rights within the family by obligating the husband to provide financial support, prohibiting injustice toward her, and granting her the right to seek separation when marital life cannot continue with dignity. It is important, however, to distinguish between the authentic teachings of Islam and some incorrect cultural practices that are sometimes attributed to it. Many forms of discrimination or restriction found in certain societies stem from cultural traditions or human interpretations rather than the core principles of Islamic law. A balanced understanding of the status of women in Islam requires returning to authentic sources and the higher objectives of the Sharia rather than relying on stereotypes or misconceptions. The status of women in Islam is built on the principle of complementarity rather than conflict, justice rather than superficial sameness, and honor rather than marginalization. Historical experience shows that societies which adhered to the spirit of Islamic teachings produced remarkable examples of women contributing to scholarship, family stability, and social development. There remains an ongoing need to present this understanding in contemporary language that clarifies misconceptions and highlights the reality. In conclusion, Islam did not come to diminish the status of women but to restore their dignity and rights and to position them as essential partners in building and sustaining civilization. When these principles are properly understood and applied, they can achieve family balance and social stability that benefit all members of society. Finally, if you enjoyed the video, don't forget to subscribe and like it.